Good evening, it's 18:30 and welcome to the Muvi TV News. Let's have a look at the headlines. Mao Sampa pleads not guilty, granted 1 million kwacha bail in cybercrime case. President Hichilema hails teachers as grade 12 pass rate hits record 70%. Dhaka slums concessionaire overstowed Katete Chanida Road works. ZCTU declares zero tolerance for harassment at workplaces, and Chipoka tells communities to demand accountability over CDF. With the news in detail, my name is Kondwelani Jose. Matero Member of Parliament, Mao Sampa, has pleaded not guilty to one count of using a computer system to commit an offense contrary to Section 20 of the Cyber Crimes Act No. 4 of 2025. Mr. Sampa appeared before Lusaka Principal Magistrate Webster Milumbe this afternoon following his arrest over allegations that he transmitted false information claiming that the Electoral Commission of Zambia had opened a fake polling station along Ring Road in Lusaka during the Chawama by-election held on January 15, 2026. The court has since granted him bail in the sum of 1 million kwacha in his own recognizance, with 2 working sureties from Lusaka. During the proceedings, Mr. Sampa's lawyer, Charles Changano, applied for bail pending trial under Section 123 of the Criminal Procedure Code, arguing that his client is not a flight risk, the offense is bailable, and that he would adhere to all court conditions. In granting bail, Magistrate Milumbe ordered that Mr. Sata be released on 1 million kwacha bail in his own recognizance, supported by 2 working sureties based in Lusaka, each with introductory letters from their lawyers, as the matter awaits commencement of trial.
We're just finishing up the formalities at court. Maybe Senior Counsel, if you've got anything to say.
Yeah, we are glad that we have had your support to the Honorable's release, because your coming here has given even the public to know that this matter arose out of politics. But we will handle it in the way it has come. So we thank you very much. You should not worry about the 1 million bail. That is purely, definitely, it's a condition by the magistrate. Yes, and that we are not paying anything. Let's not talk about it because we are still going into trial. We don't want to be quoted again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you, Council. Thank you, Council Candidate Makebi. Thank you, MCCs who are here. Thank you, Matero Bonse.
President Hakainde Hichilema has applauded teachers for the positive pass rate of grade 12s in the just announced exams results by the Minister of Education. President Hakainde attributed the 70% pass rate to his sound educational reforms. President Hakainde has also applauded teachers across the country for the positive pupils' results in schools. Speaking from his farm in Monze District, Southern Province, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema says his administration's free policies on free education is bearing positive fruits. He says education is key for unlocking opportunities for future generations and that no child should be denied an opportunity to be in school. President Hakainde Hichilema says the free education policies introduced by his administration, coupled with increased community development fund and free feeding program, which is ongoing across the country in all the 116 districts, is helping learners in schools. President Hakainde Hichilema has also called for hard work among the citizens.
Because we love the people, we care for them. Because we care for them, we deliver free education. Hence the pass rate. The young people have done well in school. The hard work you put in, we want to thank the teachers for the good work you put in investment. Education is an investment. And that's what I say one and all. For many years in occupation, we used to talk about education not being but an investment. And people thought I was playing with words. See the result of proper planning and hard work. That's what you see. And this policy, coupled with CD, kids now and go to school, even when parents can't afford. This is a package. It's a package of measures, a myriad of measures. I think about the school feeding program. across all the 116 districts. I want to encourage young people, don't listen to polluted brains. Do not spoil our children. Allow our children to love each other, to support each other, to care for each other. And then the country will be a better place to live in. For all, not for a few. When people see implementation, things are happening, children are passed, celebrated the same. First time since independence, for public schools. It means the work we're doing around free education, around examination fees paid for their kids and parents, around teachers, pupil-teacher ratio, around desks. If a kid is sitting on the floor, they cannot pay attention. Now they sit on desks. And there are proper toilets, water, flush toilets, never done before in the history of this country. The remotest areas with flush toilets to schools. That is extremely important. It improves also the morale of teachers. So then the learning and teaching environment improves. The resultant effect is a good result to see. And more.
Chadiza Member of Parliament Jonathan Daka has expressed disappointment and frustration with the concessionaire responsible for the Katete-Chanida Road project. According to Mr. Daka, the concessionaire has failed to make progress on the project, with poor workmanship evident on the initial 3-kilometer stretch of the road. He highlighted the importance of the road, noting that it carries nearly 50% of Zambia's petroleum products, emphasizing structure would increase traffic and revenue, making it essential to complete the project efficiently. The lawmaker criticized the concessionaire for failing to reach financial closure within time, further delaying the project. Daka demanded that the concessionaire sign a contract with Kaoji, Chinese construction company, or face contract cancellation.
Funding or financing under SEBO. The owner of the concession is SEBO under called Lutembwe Consultants. As a member of parliament, I want to express my disappointment, so to say, over the performance of the aforementioned concession which government went into in the concessionaire in October 2022. As we speak right now, is only done 3 kilometers of roadworks up to surfacing. And if you look at the workmanship on the aforementioned 3 kilometers, it's like kids play. It's child's play. It's not anything that anyone will take serious. The workmanship is very...
The Zambia Textile ZCMT has begun test runs, marking a significant milestone in the country's industrial development. This $140 million investment in state-of-the-art equipment, machinery and cotton outgrower system is set to boost Zambia's textile industry and create over 500 direct jobs. In a statement made available to Muvi TV News, Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry, Principal Public Relations Officer Evanes Nankala says the ministry is set to invite the public to witness the full test runs before the facility is commissioned by President Hakainde Hichilema later this year. She further says that the project is a testament to the government's commitment to promoting industrial growth and creating employment opportunities for Zambians, adding that once operational, Mulungushi Textiles is expected to contribute significantly to Zambia's economic growth, reduce reliance on imports, and promote inclusive development. Mulungushi Textiles is in Kabwe and is a joint venture between Zambia and China aimed at reviving the country's textile industry. The factory is undergoing a $140 million rehabilitation with new machinery and equipment being installed.
The Zambia-China Mulungushi Textiles has begun its test runs. Now, the $140 million project, once completed and commissioned, is expected to create over 500 direct jobs, which will greatly benefit the Zambian people. It will also interest you to know that soon, the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry, Honorable Chipoka Mulinga MP, will invite the general public to witness the full test runs. This will be done before official commissioning by the head of state, President Hakainde Hichilema. For the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry, this is a proud moment for us as it is a huge milestone in the country's industrial development. Once commissioned, the project will ensure that it contributes greatly to Zambia's economic development, and it will also help us as a country reduce reliance on imports as well as promote inclusive economic.
The Comedy Association of Zambia, COAS, is on a mission to spread laughter across all 10 provinces, empowering local talents and engaging pupils in schools. Speaking shortly after the launch of Jokes Aside comedy show on Thursday in Lusaka, COAS lifetime member Derek Chalo Kondowe, popularly known as Dangerous Jobek, says grooming young artists and exposing them to international platforms is key. Mr. Kondowe says with support from the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Arts and partnerships with cooperatives, COAS is set to make waves. Empowerment through the National Arts Council of Zambia is a big win. He further invited upcoming comedians to register to COAS and join the laughter revolution.
The foundation from schools and tertiary, and see how far we can actually cope with these institutions and get the desired results in higher education. And apart from that, we are trying to produce a lot of international shows so that we ensure that we learn or subject our upcoming artists in learning new tactics in terms of...
I'm really committed to supporting young, it being in the musical space. We've worked with some musicians, it being in the movie production space, and also this year we have extended it a bit to that Zambians can buy. So bridging the gap between the generation of alcohol and the people that we grew up listening to on the radio, the company ambassadors, the Kabolas, all the Chibokateles,
yes, sir.
And now the generation of us that are not very funny, people also. I think is a very good initiative in that you tap both into the generations of them and now. And because this is a Jokes Aside comedy show, it has
In an effort to promote press freedom and public safety, journalists and police officers in Eastern Province have been urged to foster a culture of cooperation and mutual respect. This call to action was made during the Joint Police Media Dialogue Forum held in Chipata District yesterday, January 21, 2025. The forum, organized by bloggers of Zambia under the Strengthening Police Media Relations for the Safety and Security of Journalists in Zambia project, brought together senior police officers and journalists to discuss ways of strengthening relations between the two institutions.
Journalism, a profession that seems easy to the masses after information has been disseminated. However, it is not the case, as for years now, journalists in the country have faced challenges in gathering news, such as being harassed, being tear-gassed, and sometimes being detained by the Zambia police. It is for this reason that journalists in Eastern Province, through the Chipata Press Club, have called for a safer and more collaborative environment for journalists ahead of the 2026 general elections. This came to light during the Police Media Dialogue Forum workshop. The workshop, held in Chipata District, brought together senior police officers, journalists, editors, and representatives from media bodies and associations. Julius Piri, president of the Chipata Press Club, urged journalists to maintain the highest level of professionalism and diligence in their reporting.
As we look forward to the 2026 general elections, this synergy we celebrate today is no longer just a convenient but a necessity. The media and the police must continue to interact, communicate, and above all build a foundation of unwavering trust. Let us be clear. The media and the police are not adversaries. We are collaborators in the service of the Zambian people. While our laws may differ, they are entirely complementary. The police provide security and order that allow democracy to breathe. The media provides the transparency and information that allow democracy to thrive.
Speaking at the event, Dr. Lewis Mwape, Deputy Permanent Secretary for the Eastern Province, who officiated at the opening of the forum, highlighted the crucial role that both the media and the police play in peace building and ensuring security in the country's democracy. Dr. Mwape emphasized the need for dialogue and cooperation between the two entities to address challenges and promote a free and professional media space.
We can maintain our democratic credentials as a country whereby we are known to be a peaceful nation, a nation that has been changing government peacefully and handing over batons from one regime to another regime. And we want to continue with this record in Africa and at global stage at large. Journalists often become targets of threats, harassment, physical attacks simply for doing their work, and in many instances that there are misunderstandings against journalists at hands of law enforcement, especially in such circumstances where they intend to cover very violent processes.
And Bloggers of Zambia Chief Executive Officer Richard Nlonga disclosed that through the initiative, the project has already conducted 16 joint police media dialogue forums in the 10 provincial centers and provided a practical training in ethics, safety and security of journalists.
It is a recognition that the police and media, which have always been seen to be on opposite sides, must continue to find common ground to contribute to strengthening Zambia's democracy. The relationship between the police and the media in Zambia has not always been easy, because on one hand, journalists sometimes face harassment, restricted access, or even hostility when covering sensitive events. And it is often understandable in the interest of preserving national security. On the other hand, the police also often feel that the media reporting is biased, it is sensational, or undermines their efforts to maintain public peace, order, and internal security. The result is a broken down of trust. And when trust breaks down between the police and media, the real loser is the public.
Meanwhile, the Zambia Police in Eastern Province, through the Eastern Police Commanding Officer Commissioner Robertson Mwemba, commended the journalists in the province for their hard work and professionalism.
Inform the public as the media will get accurate information to be given to the citizens about safety, crime, and investigation.
The Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, CCPC, has cautioned schools against forcing parents and learners to buy uniforms from specific suppliers, citing it as a violation of consumer rights and anti-competitive. In a statement made available to Muvi TV News, CCPC Senior Public Relations Officer Florence Zaza, the Commission emphasizes that schools can provide guidelines on uniform standards but should not mandate exclusive purchase for particular suppliers. Ms. Zaza warns that non-compliance may attract penalties of up to 150,000 units for individuals or 10% of annual turnover for enterprises. She further encouraged the public to report any such practices to the Commission.
The Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, CCPC, has issued a caution to schools that are in the habit of tying school places to the purchase of uniforms from their schools or from specific suppliers, not to force or coerce parents and guardians and learners to purchase school uniforms exclusively from them or selected suppliers. CCPC notes that this practice is common among some schools at the beginning of each academic year. This conduct violates the provisions of the Competition and Consumer Protection Act number 24 of 2010 as amended by Act number 21 of 2023. The practice of forcing learners, their parents or guardians to purchase uniforms solely from the school or selected suppliers restricts consumer choice. CCPC warns that such practices can lead to inflated prices, reduced consumer choice, and diminished quality for the affected learners, parents, and guardians. School authorities engaging in these activities should be aware that the law prohibits such practices, as they do not only violate consumer rights, but these practices also distort market competition. Furthermore, the practice of restricting uniform purchasing options excludes other competitive sources, thereby distorting the market and creating an unfair advantage for specific suppliers. Such exclusionary and anti-competitive conduct of tying school places to buying of uniforms impedes the promotion of healthy market competition. While CCPC acknowledges that school uniforms must meet specific standards, it emphasizes that schools should provide guidelines on the type, shade, and the color of uniforms that are required, but should not mandate that parents or guardians purchase them exclusively from the school or designated suppliers.
Commerce, Trade and Industry Minister Chipoka Mulenga has called on communities to take an active role in holding their elected leaders accountable for the utilization of the Constituency Development Fund (CDF), stating that the government consistently releases the funds and should not be blamed for stalled local projects. Speaking during a community meeting in Luenge ward of Lukasha constituency in Kasama, the minister said responsibility for delivering developmental projects squarely rests with members of Parliament, councillors and local authorities charged with managing the resources.
Nombe fi mama mone kanga menso yaba president imenga menso yaba kateka chawa masana panti imama baba last kuilisha nyako nangu ukulomba ko ubwafilisho muri ba last ichinga konga fya palishi kutuilisha kuli ba president yepera panti umpita panti imama kule fya kansela adifirwa MP adifirwa nomba ba minister ba afika panti efe ndani ina lipalo nina imama alafirwa temwafirwe yo kwena ndecho lolo bako chauti ena bala akanyama CDF yaba minister na papati nga mwaimwena ngefya mula chitefi limbinga mula yako kwa kwine bala yakanya mwabeba mwatifi mula yakanya project ili kuirisa na bize monene fe mwala yakanya kuya mwikusha mwabeba nedili nemwe bafyashene mukabwene lafe kujanga mwafafe bale utibale yakanya CDF muka eko mwati kulwenge mwilaba natemwa sana chakuti emaba minister mwanyata pano pantu limika mu office mumona ko ati fintu fyali babwino mu ground mumona kanshita fya babwino mumona ko ati mwali ko atame so mwayimiko kumumwena ko tamwaba muno ifo ba MP pano tatwa abantu ba MP bale tubepo ko batne ntunguru bukana tiyo icho ndefiri lokubomba pantu indala mambulire ndekule nganda ya shampoo CDF teide kule nganda shampoo President daga inde ichile momwene kulindala male hompya kubuteko kulile shamfu lero na ba MP twasala balingire bala asuka kubantu nokulanga ati bane ichinde bompya ndekulira ngakano kule skulu akano kula make nishimufulwa kweli kataka wacha nataka cyo mufulo abana bale sambile skulu ya mahala te ine MP nde tumendalama te meyo le tumendalama te council le tumendalama mayo ni president umwe indala menshi bale pera ba MP efira kuno mule monati ba pera ma grant abantu akano kupera ma grant abantu pera maloni abantu akano kupera maloni abantu alesa lula lelo shapampumi
Maya sala yika tayila kula pame pampu pa weka chapata ya mwikate. Umufuro w'abantu. Lero twiluke. Haka inde bale tuwa konokari mwika mupele vote. Pantu yumuntu afuma kwa kuti. Mwika mpele vote. Pantu yumuntu ate mumushoboye. Lero abana bale sambiri laba. Bamushobo umo.
The Zambia Congress of Trade Unions ZCTU is committed to combating sexual harassment in the workplace. Zambia Congress of Trade Union President Blake Mulala has called on employers to respect and uphold the country's labor laws, ensuring a safe and dignified work environment for all employees. He says the union will not tolerate any form of sexual harassment and will take action against those who ignore this warning. He says employers are advised to review and strengthen their policies and procedure to prevent and address sexual harassment. He says the union will escalate its efforts, including public awareness campaigns and, if necessary, name and shame those who fail to comply. A Magoi police vehicle purchased under the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, which was previously swept away by raging floodwaters in Kawama Stream in the Nanga area of Naluama Chiefdom, Mazabuka district, has been successfully recovered. The Toyota Land Cruiser registration number ZP2750B was carried away by strong currents following persistent heavy rains. Authorities worked to retrieve the vehicle from the muddy, fast-flowing waters where it had remained trapped since yesterday. The Land Cruiser was being driven by Inspector Ruben Mengo, who had earlier reported for duty at Mazabuka Police Station and was assigned to deliver letters of appreciation to farmers who assist in saving police vehicles. Inspector Mengo was in the company of Chipoya and later offered a lift to White Maya Zambo, age 60, of Riverside Compound, who was heading to attend a funeral at Nanga Farms earlier today. The swollen stream swallowed the vehicle. The stream swallowed the whole vehicle, fully submerging it beneath muddy and fast-moving water. However, all three occupants managed to escape from the sinking vehicle and clung to the nearby trees, hanging helplessly above the raging current as death rushed beneath them. Mazabuka Police Station, working alongside the fire department, visited the scene on Wednesday afternoon and mounted an emergency recovery operation, successfully pulling the vehicle to safety. Zambia women's national team coach Nora Haptu says the Copper Queens are fully focused and ready to rise to the challenge ahead of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON to be hosted in Morocco. Haptu says preparations are centered on improving fitness levels, tightening the defense, and introducing tactical flexibility as the team targets a strong showing at the Continental Showpiece, where Zambia has been drawn in a tough Group C alongside defending champions Nigeria, Malawi, and Egypt.
The planning of 4 steps. So we are now in step 1. It's a local camp. We monitor like 38 players. We have currently 9 abroad, which are already playing international, and 2 are injured, unfortunately. Ojumba and Frida, they are not recovered yet from the ACL. With all the others, we work well here. We started well, have good mood, and facing 3 objectives. Basically, it's fitness. We made yesterday endurance testing. So to see how is the shape of everybody. It gives us also guidelines for the training. So we do a lot of intense game forms, but also provide a lot of running beside, that we ensure that we get in shape and fitness. The second objective is to work a lot on the defense. We saw that we are always able to score. We played 15 games last year. We're scoring in average always 2 goals per game. That's a good. But behind we also get in 1.7 goals per reduced amount.
In case you missed it, Mal Sampa pleads not guilty, granted 1 million bail in cyber crime case. President Hichilema hails teachers as grade 12 pass rate hits record 70%. TU declares zero tolerance for harassment at workplaces. That ends the news. On behalf of the entire news team, my name is Kondwalani Jose.
At Manzi Valley, we pride ourselves in giving you the cleanest and safest mineral water on the Zambian market. Our mineral water is produced in the cleanest and most hygienic, germ-free environment in Zambia, and that's just a fact. We at Natural Valley take pride in the quality of our product so that you can safely enjoy our mineral water, rich in minerals, to satisfy that thirst and revitalize your body. So grab a bottle of Manzi Valley mineral water now to beat that thirst with the cleanest bottled water in Zambia.
Your future can't wait. Why delay your dreams when you can fast-track your success at Curso University? March 10, 2025. Mark your calendar. Enroll in the following faculties: Faculty of Nursing, Faculty of Health Sciences, Faculty of Humanities, Business and Education, Department of Postgraduate Studies. For a limited time, get a 20% off discount on your first semester, making education more affordable. Plus, we offer a very flexible payment plan, 50% upfront to start, the rest to be paid in manageable monthly installments. Study full-time, distance, and online, making it perfect for in-service workers and international students too. Don't miss out. Call us now and secure your place. Curso University.